Welcome to the show, Benjamin. Good to have you here.
Good to have you.
And we are talking about how to know you're being scammed or conned in a relationship. And Maze, already, this topic just sounds funny to me. But because I think of political scams, I think of economic and financial scams, you know, especially huku in Kenya when it comes to shambas.
I know.
And mali ya watu. But a relationship, scamming, conning.
In fact, I'm so happy we are talking about that because it's something that is not addressed enough. Let's start here. The most frequent victims are ladies with a child.
Okay.
Because from the time a lady gets a child before she gets married, she thinks her rating has gone down. And she begins wondering who will want me with a child. And perhaps there's a truth to that because, as I told you last time, African mothers, when the son comes saying, Mom, now I want to get married. But the lady I want to marry as a child, she begins to ask questions.
And it's always the African mom who has the problem, not even the guy.
Not even the dad.
Yeah.
Many times it's the mom. And yet the same mom, if she has a daughter who has a child, and is being married somewhere.
Anaomba.
That she even tells those people, this girl is very nice. It was just something that happened.
Such a double standard.
Yes. So it's biased. It's nothing factual.
Yeah.
I have listed to guys the advantage of marrying a lady who has a child. She has a proven record of taking care of a human being who is 5 years or 10 years. That's a proven record. And I told them the fact that she decided to keep the baby also tells you she's faithful, she's honest. And the fact that, in fact, you have a way of loving her. If you love the child, you earn double boga points from the lady. So let's start by the most frequent victims I find are those ladies who think whoever accepts me is doing me a favor. Let's start by that. Because even this morning I was fighting with one of them.
Yeah.
telling me, okay, I found this guy, he's 45, I saw she's around 28 or thereabout. So ladies about 20 or even early 30s, and you know, he wants to settle, we started talking 1 month, he wants to, we move in quickly. Before she even mentioned the movie, I said, that's okay, as long as condition one, you don't do any of the stupid mistakes of moving in or getting a baby for him, because they're always asking for a baby to tie you. One way to be scammed is to be told to get a child before you get married.
But why do they, and yeah, that's a con man, because why do they do that? Because as soon as the baby is out into the world, they disappear.
And I've told girls that after you get the first child, you have been once bitten. You should be twice shy.
Right.
Once you're bitten by something, you see, you are more careful. Yeah. So we are saying one of the most frequent is when people are in a hurry. I want you to notice that. Those people come to your life, my life is ready, I'm ready to my career. They're telling you how desperate, my time. But your time is not their time.
Yeah.
Much as you want also to settle, you desire them, let them respect your schedule. They should express where they are, but again, leave it room for you. Okay. And the most frequent victims are those who are also feeling desperate, and somehow it's like it's taking long. And just we are saying, when you go to buy a car or plot and you are too in a hurry, you become a prime candidate for being swindled. Yeah. Much as you always need to check whether this deal is real. So do not skip the process. Nothing excuses skipping of the process. Just because the other person is in a hurry does not mean you hurry up yourself. Because it means you will skip important things. You might get in there. And I always ask them, I've told ladies, social scientists are still looking for one reason. One benefit for a woman to live with a man who has not yet married her. We are still looking for one. We are yet to find a single one. Yeah. And I'm in the forefront of the research. Whoever is hearing this and knows one benefit.
I can't wait to read that report.
It's all for the man, and it's put the lady in the harm's way. These are ladies who end up paying their own dowry. The ladies who paid their own dowry. Because she moved in with a man and years are going by, he is reluctant. He already asked you here, why are you pushing him to do anything? He says, I have no money, so you give him the money. I have no time, so you pay the vehicle. I don't have time, so you transport him. Then if you move in with a guy before he marries you because of some reason, oh, my time clock, oh, this, that, you'll end up buying yourself. You marry yourself, pay the bills, pay your own price, organize the thing, carry the thing there. You'll never be respected. So the scamming comes on ladies. Skip process, entertain sense of desperation, allow this kind of, and we said all con games are rushed to deny you time to think. The second symptom is when you're being separated from voices of reason, friends and family. When this person begins to, who are you talking to? And there's one guy who was telling me yesterday, I was chatting with a colleague and my girlfriend is seated there and she's uncomfortable there. I'm saying, was the chatting inappropriate? No. Was it too much? No. So why was she why are you entertaining insecurity? How far can you go with that? These people come to your life. They can be ladies. Guys have been scammed. Men have been conned. Men usually are played on their own egotism because they think there's a way men think taking a lady to bed is a win.
Yeah.
So women will trap them with that.
Yeah.
To get her pregnant or to get a secret to protect the two of you. She knows she does not deserve you under no more competition. She wouldn't win you. Under no more tendering, she wouldn't win the tender. So she goes by the side to get you to do something that you'll have to protect together with her so that she can hook you into your life. That's how guys end up marrying rattlesnakes.
Where?
You find, Joyce, I want you to look around. You find very good men married
Rattlesnake.
married to such a poisonous woman. You're wondering, what was the common point? I mean, what was the meeting point? What did you like in this woman? He was scammed. He was conned when he came in blindly, thinking, and there are men who are so, once they see a pretty woman who has this shape, who has this. One of the things I'll be discussing next week is why those women who are unmarriageable, they're just not domestic. They hate the idea of submitting. They hate it. But you're a good guy and there's some benefits that come having the social identity that you're a man. And because she hates that, she must find a way to hook you. Most of it is a charm. They're just irresistible. They carry an environment that is irresistible. And the guy is so enamored and lost, he ends up being scammed. So the scamming happens when the victim is naive, when they succumb to senses of desperation. And Joyce, this is known, but we don't say it a lot. When you are desperate, when you're in a hurry, you'll end up being swindled. It's better to calm yourself down. Better to, and I tell people, when you don't have faith in God, your life lacks direction because you are in charge of everything of your life. And whatever happens, you are the God of your own life. And whatever happens, you don't know what is coming next. But if you have a master who is controlling your life, you can still hope and be patient and say, whatever comes my way, I'll be patient. I'll do my part. I will search. I'll put myself out there. I'll do what I need to do. But I don't have this desperation and impatience of what if.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that applies to everybody, whether you have a child or not, whether you feel that you're advancing in age and you've not gotten married yet. If
There was a
you're
widow.
super desperate,
There was a widow called
you'll
Hannah.
always fall.
A widow called Hannah who had lived from her day of virginity, 7 years of marriage, the husband, she was 84. And when she held the baby Jesus, she said, I have think my purpose in life has been served. We need to entertain the idea that God will meet your needs, but He also has a purpose in your life to be served.
Right.
So that you don't narrow your life out to finding love. Narrow your life so that if you can show God, you are more inclined to doing what brought you here on earth. Some of these things will not push you too fast.
Yeah.
So it is when we forget that you have a purpose in life that you end up falling traps to these conmanships.
Wow. I want us to take a break at this point, and when we get back, we're going to carry on with this conversation with Benjamin Zulu here. You can send in your questions to 22999. I also want to talk about relationships being one-sided because a lot of people say that has been their experience. Is that also a sign of you being scammed or conned in your relationships? Or those people who keep canceling their plans, kuna wale pia. Those ones who say they're protecting you from family and friends and they don't want to see it. There's so many different angles for us to look at this. 22999 is the SMS line. We'll be back after this. All right, guys, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. Thank you again for your company here, of course, with Benjamin Zulu. And someone here is asking, Benjamin usually has a lot of energy in the morning. What's the secret?
The secret is doing what you love. You should encounter enough mistakes, and when you get a chance to correct them, you get on fire.
That's true.
Can you imagine? A person is telling, I asked her, why are you moving in so soon? You have not landed. He's saying, if we continue living apart, I will take too long to know him. But if we live under the same roof, I'll know him sooner. I tell you, go live apart and take those 10 years, whatever you need. Listen, ladies, you are more vulnerable when you are living under a guy because society takes you as taken. You might end up, being possessed. He's the one in charge of the dynamic, and women, you need to know that your emotions get involved too soon, too much. Moving out will not be easy.
Hey, let me get to some more SMSs, Benjamin. Someone here is saying, is it good for a born-again Christian to be on a dating site? Please, I need advice. And this is a good question because dating... What is it now? Because dating... Oh, you're ready?
Yeah.
Hey, you look like you're Usain Bolt. You're about to go. But as in a dating site, you also never know. You know, there could also be a lot of deception. And until you meet the person is when you know if you're
right.
being catfished. Maybe they just don't even look what they...
Let me summarize
How do you do
the
that?
rules for online searching. You don't do online dating, you only do online searching.
Okay.
Online, when you go to online space, and I encourage everybody to use the online space. If you live in a triangle from Switch TV back home and then to church occasionally, that triangle, you might never meet anybody important there. If you're really searching, you need to expand your horizons to find a quality person. Right. But we're saying, when you go online, we have two types. We have dating sites and the social media, the online one. I encourage more the social media itself. It resembles life. Everybody is there, and everybody are doing life there. We still have pretenders, but it looks like the world. Right. The problem with dating sites is everybody, the intention of being here is obvious. If you are here, you are single, you are searching. So because people can read that, you can easily be conned or scammed. The problem, but there are other contexts like in the West. There are dating sites that are more Christian or what. Sometimes your life confines you in a manner that you can misuse it. The only warning is this. The perverts, the sick people, the dregs of society, the sex hunters, the wrong people are full there in the dating sites because they know if you are here, you are available. Right. You know? So you can use it, but be very careful. You need to have enough skills. Yeah. In fact, I encourage social media itself, Facebook itself, Instagram itself. Okay. There you can do, and when you search online, just do the hookup. Bring the dating offline on earth to see the person face to face. Because gadget-aided communication can be manipulated. People can put the wrong kind of, can deceive you.
Yeah. So not necessarily anything wrong with it. I know many people who've come together through these dating sites. You just have to be smart and be very careful. And again, don't be desperate. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in a lot of trouble. Someone here is saying... Hey Joyce, I'm Teresia Ngete, watching you people from Rural Bypass. I agree with Benjamin, patience is important. Research properly. Some people may pose as some people may pose as samosa beef, but in reality they are just samosa viazi or yandengu. Hey, okay. Wow. Interesting comparison. Danielle Stella says, my issue is this. Sometimes how is someone able to notice, I guess, that the guy who is serious in a relationship? Because the time you get as a girl gets serious in a relationship, that's the time, I guess the time you as a girl get serious in a relationship, that's the time that the guy may lose interest and even mistreat you. And you say, this issue really hurts us and they've made me to decide to stay single until forever. Oh,
Let me announce this. I know the mistake she's making. When you date people, they date from outside. This one is dating from inside. There's some guys who come say, please give me a chance. Then when you give him a chance, you start a kind of a relationship, an exclusive kind of association. That's wrong. Say, okay, let's meet. You meet, talk, study him from outside. So that if he does not meet the criteria, no breakup is needed. Right. You did not take out your heart, you did not fall in love. You're just checking whether he measures up.
And that's a good point. There's a progression with relationships.
Yes.
No one is expecting that. Your coffee date now is you're engaged and you have to be
There's
with
a difference between I'm dating so and so, or I went on a date. That's different. Right. When you're dating, you're in a relationship and you've already examined them and you're progressing towards something else. Just let's want people to stop dating for the purpose of just dating. If you're not dating for marriage, you're dating for heartbreak. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Those who are not dating for marriage or dating for heartbreak. Relationships are like a bicycle. They are only stable when they are moving. If it is not moving, you're waiting for a crash.
Okay.
If you don't have a view, if you're not ready for marriage, go prepare first, go learn first, go grow up. There's no such thing as dating for fun.
Okay.
And warn men to stop going for wives in the university. There are no wives in universities, only children. If you are dating a 22-year-old, we should donate money for you to start a kindergarten. You are going to start growing.
I have a way to debunk all you keep saying about 22-year-olds.
Let's go.
Yesterday, her story was partly what you said, and I even told her. Because she was talking about how, when she was 21, 22, she was dating, and it just kind of ended up messy. But she got married this year in February, and she's 25 to a very nice, godly guy. So, but I think she
How does it debunk my theory?
No, okay, it doesn't fully.
Okay.
But, man, I was so close. I was so close. I was trying to help you out, guys.
So
but clearly-
I wanted to, when I attend a wedding and the bride is 24 or 25, while others are ululating, I always say a silent prayer. Because I know she picked the groom, she picked a life partner using a teenage brain, with the blinkers on, with the blinders on. 50-50, she might land safe. 50-50, she might crash land.
Yeah.
But if she's 23, it's the man I pity. Because he's marrying a child, doesn't know what she will become. You're marrying an egg, hoping what hatches from the egg, and you've committed to live with it, is something you like. Women only become themselves late 20s. That's when who she's becoming, who she will become blossoms. That's when her real self comes up. The other one was a transition version of herself.
No, but this one, honestly, she's very mature. She's even written a book about dating the Jesus way. So, at least is. She had learned from her mistakes.
We did not say they are foolish. We said they are sharp. They acquire skills. The teenage brain is for skills acquisition. So you can learn authorship, you can learn engineering, you can learn medicine, you can learn many things. But decisions that involve long-term consequences, like the choice of a partner, require rational brain, which only matures at 25. Let people argue what they want. And I told the Wazungus in the West, where I have studied so, they date so young. That's why the divorce rates are outrageous. Because you're picking partners before you know who you shall become. When you finally become, you have to choose either the partner or the career or the calling. That's why many prominent people decided so early. Then she's talking to you when she's still 25. I want to talk to her when she's 35. She's proving things before she's even passed the test of time. I want you to stand the test of time before you come say, I did it and I'm still here. I did it.
Guys, sawa imetosha. Sawa nimesikia. But I'll introduce you. Maybe you'll be. She might be an outlier. She could be an outlier. But anyway.
Of course, you're saying it's not a universal. There are early
But
maturers.
generally, I agree with you.
You're right.
Take your time, learn yourself. Someone here is saying, Ati, I'm in love with a guy, but we're in a long-distance relationship. But he doesn't call or text. Okay,
which love? Wait, that's a pre-25. I told you these pre-25s will tell you drama.
Wait, I've not even gotten to the drama. Long distance and the guy is not calling or texting.
And we are in love.
How is this supposed to
That's
work?
a 23 hour.
But then you say, but when he comes, he always says that he loves me. And when I ask him why he doesn't call, he says that love comes from the heart, not from the phone.
Joyce, now welcome to Teenage Brains. That's a pre-25. That's a
people.
24 and below. Nobody mature would hear love of words and there's no love in actions. Love is actions. Missing you, looking for you, caring, showing it. Now she's believing only words that are not supported by any actions. Being told ridiculous things and she has the courage to type them here.
Aki Benjamin leo umejam. Nani amekukasirisha?
Joyce, anybody mature can't type that nonsense. This is a teenage brain. That's what I'm telling you. Before they mature, they write ridiculous things. And they hope they make sense. They want you to interpret for them. He loves me, but doesn't. We are in love. She said they love, but he doesn't call. When he comes, you know, I love you does not come from the phone, comes from the heart. And she believes it enough to ask Joyce about it.
Would you call him a con man?
No, the girl is stupid. She's too young. She's doing the wrong things at the wrong time. This guy is not a con man. He is not sharp. He's being assisted by the girl's naivety. Any adult would have seen that.
Okay, so this brings up a good point because, and I know there are many SMSs coming in like, what are the behaviors of these con men, right?
Okay.
So people want to see what the behaviors are. But before we even jump into that, there's something you've raised that I think pegs an interesting question, which is, at what point is it that it is not the guy actually being a con man or having this, scamming behavior, but it is our own immaturity, our own insecurity, our own just sort of misunderstanding about a relationship and what life should be. Because I think many of us are confusing the two. And so it's very easy to blame the other party and call them a con man. But maybe actually there was stuff that we should have been working on the whole time.
This case I handled this morning. Perhaps that's why I'm on fire. She told me,
Clearly
I was dating this guy when I was 21. We got married, we got there. Later on, the mother-in-law chased me, brought the ex-wife who had been there. Now they're living together. I'm living. How old are you now? 24. Choice. When you hear a girl was cooked to hell for herself, then she started, now they behave this way. She's listing their behavior. So stop talking about them. It's you. What made you marry at 21? Why were you behaving suicidal? Why you chased away? What was wrong? You should have just built yourself first. So forget about them.
So she's 24 and divorced.
Yes. with a child and abandoned. This was a hell of a hound cooking. That's why I'm saying these children, I told her, please take your time, grow yourself first. They were not cunning, they are not wise. You were just assisting them with your foolishness. You cooperated until you are led to a ditch. So what you do, you took yourself to the hyenas and they ate you, they beat you everywhere. It's not that they are very fierce, they ran after you. You took yourself there. So what you do then, realize I was wrong, go back to where you belong, cook yourself, grow yourself, prepare yourself, make a place so that when you date with the power. So that you have money, you are on a place with a person who doesn't qualify, you release them. You go date again, you release them. So the point is, these girls don't get into dating stuff before 25. You're too young for it.
Jose here from Narok is saying, hey Benjamin, kwani is the man always the problem in marriage? I have the right to date whom I want as long as they're not under 18.
I mentioned in this very show, thank you for coming late and not acknowledging that you came late. I mentioned in this very show that women can trap men. And I said some women are rattlesnakes. He did not hear that because he came late. I said there are women who are dangerous. They will torment you themselves.
Okay.
So it's not always a man. Yes.
Okay. Lillian from Kericho says, I'm in an entanglement. Wololo. Dating a guy who's also seeing another lady. Why are you doing that though?
Thank you. Talk to them. You are gentler than me. So why are you asking?
Why are you doing that though?
Are you abducted there?
Okay.
These are the people we are saying they are assisting the abuser.
She says, he's already introduced the lady to his family, but I'm also pregnant for him. He is insisting I give birth to this baby. Like the lady won't stay forever. Na mimi niko na mtoi.
This is not yet 25. That's why you feel frustrated. Whenever you talk to pre-25s, you feel frustrated, angry. Because they're telling you...
Why would you allow yourself to be treated that way?
I don't understand. Stories. What are you doing here? Are you bound there? Even if you have a baby, go build your life. The baby notwithstanding. But again, anyway.
Seriously, women, young women, you need to learn how to value yourself and understand that every action you make has a future consequence. You may be forgiven for it. God may forgive you for it. Whoever you harm may forgive you. You may forgive yourself. But every action will always have a consequence. And those consequences will determine the circumstances of your life.
Yeah, Jesus. Now you feel what I always feel.
No, I do feel it's really frustrating. And I just feel like that's not living up to your potential. Just because a guy has told you, you deserve better. Come on, sis.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nah.
I want girls to prioritize their mission in life before you prioritize marriage or relationship.
That makes me sad. It really does.
It is.
It makes me sad.
Imagine that child will be born to what kind of situation now? It has a ripple effect. It's not necessary.
Let me ask another question. Let me move on from that one. Gabriel Otieno Mark Opwodo from Kitengela says, it's so sad that many men die in silence, like I do. Aye!
Did you die? Sorry.
Javeni, don't die, Mark Opwodo. Please, we need you. I do everything in the house in terms of chores. I'm a father of 2. I really love my kids so much. Sometimes I feel like moving out of our matrimonial home and seek refuge outside for the sake of peace. Even the simplest spreading my bed, she can't. I'm just tired. But for the love of my kids, I have never thought of Mpango Wakando. Please help. Wow, this is so interesting because this story, Benjamin, wait, no. Stop shaking your head. This story is, usually the roles are always reversed.
You're right.
And he's even saying he's not even gone out to seek Mpango Wakando. Like, for those of you who don't understand Swahili, that means a side piece, let's say, right? So what is happening here? He sounds like a really good man.
I was about to tell you.
He loves his kids, he's doing house chores.
This is the guy I'm handling this weekend. A gentleman who works the whole day, comes home to cook, put kids to bed, does everything. A gentleman. One of them was so crying. There were 2 of them there. Is the lady who can say, oh, my husband is not doing enough. Only to realize she is the bad one in the story. So the point here is to say, this man who found yourself trapped. Remember I started by saying there are men who get trapped into a woman who didn't want anything to do with the marriage. Do you want to submit or to work for anything? She just there. And then you end up lifting all the weight as a man. I want to ask men, number 1, you are the leader in this relationship. Number 2, you don't stay in a marriage that is not working just because of the children. Children will grow and go. You have a life to live. You have your own needs. You don't need to die in depression. He started by saying men are dying in silence. These are the ones who give up, think of suicide or depression. Brother, don't do that. And I want that guy to contact me, we talk. A man talk. I enjoy helping such kind of men because remember, Joyce, you said after if this thing doesn't work after the breakup, the offender, the one who was on the wrong, always deteriorates, but the one who was being offended always accelerates because now they are free from the abuse and they can do better. So this guy wants to tell him there are options. Don't stay there until you die of depression.
Wow. Hey, okay. I want to read some SMSs. My time is really running out now. Let me read a couple and then you can respond collectively. Someone here says, good morning, Joyce. I'm a victim of a rattlesnake lady. Now look what you've done. Look what you've done, Benjamin. I don't want to hear anybody out there calling people rattlesnake ladies. I rushed things with her. My parents tried to reason with me, but I was egotistic. It's now over. I thank God for delivering me. I'm now free and waiting on God's direction. That's side-eye, Benjamin, side-eye. That's Emmanuel from Kahawa West. Another says, hey, Benja and Joyce. I've been in a relationship for 6 years now. Initially, I never knew this guy was a divorcee and the case was still not over. The lady got married later. This man is ever broke and I guess I have to provide for him. He's employed though. Oh my gosh. I sometimes feel so used. That's Stella. Another says, hey, Joyce and Benjamin, tell men also if they hit their 30s, they should also refrain from hitting on the 24 and less year olds because they are also still naive. I was scammed at that age and got pregnant only to realize this guy is a narcissist, an irresponsible man, and also a drunkard fool. Oh my, okay.
The language here today.
It's now 7 years and 2 kids, but a very bad life. If only I would change the past, I would. Clearly, a lot of people have gone through very difficult situations and they're quite bitter. I need to wrap up, but maybe you can just summarize your final thoughts to them and also give us your handles.
Okay. So we're saying, you can, just like in the market where we buy things, also in the dating world we have conmanship. We have people wanting to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And I told those in the universities that narcissists, irresponsible people go for you when you are still naive, when you still don't know how to read people. Hold your horses. Be patient. Sometimes the devil is in the timing. The devil is in the timing. If you miss the timing, you can just go wrong, even if you thought you're right, only to wake up to it later.
Wow.
And we will continue that. And for men especially, I want to tell men, sometimes the hunter becomes the hunted. And he gets caught in his cunningness.
Yeah.
When he thinks, like the one who said, I rush to things. My parents try to reason with me.
Yeah.
I want to ask men to leave young girls alone and
Please.
go date mature women. My social media,
Yes,
Facebook,
please.
Benjamin Zulu KE. Benjamin Zulu KE. Everywhere else also. Email Benjamin Zulu KE at Gmail, Instagram, and Twitter, Benjamin Zulu KE.
Wow. What a discussion. Thank you so much for coming, Benjamin. We'll
Next time
see
we
you.
need a fire extinguisher.
I know, literally. I'm not you need a bucket of cold ice water. We'll be back after this with our nutritionist next. Stay tuned. This is Full Circle with Joyce.